The veil between worlds thins each night as you surrender to sleep. Your consciousness, that essence which defines you, embarks on extraordinary journeys while your physical form lies dormant. This secret has remained hidden, guarded by ancient traditions and dismissed by modern skeptics. The truth? Your soul regularly escapes the confines of your body during sleep, venturing into realms beyond our waking comprehension. Throughout human history, civilizations across the globe independently arrived at this same profound understanding. The Egyptians called it Ka, the Greeks Psyche, Tibetan Buddhists named it Bardo navigation, all describing the same phenomenon, the liberation of consciousness during sleep. These weren't mere cultural superstitions. They represented sophisticated systems for understanding consciousness beyond physical boundaries. What happens in those dark hours when your eyes close and awareness seems to fade? Science tells us sleep serves biological functions: cellular repair, memory consolidation, immune system regulation. Yet this explanation addresses the physical vessel while ignoring the metaphysical traveler. Your brain remains surprisingly active during sleep, particularly during REM phases, when dreams intensify. Modern neuroscience records this activity through EEG patterns showing electrical impulses surging through neural pathways, creating a symphony of brain waves unlike anything experienced in waking states. Consider this remarkable paradox. During deep sleep, your body becomes paralyzed, a natural mechanism preventing you from physically acting out dreams. This paralysis serves a dual purpose beyond mere physical protection. It anchors your ethereal self to your physical form through a silver cord of energy, described in countless spiritual traditions. Without this tether, permanent separation might occur, what we commonly call death. The pineal gland, a tiny pine cone-shaped organ nestled deep within your brain, plays a crucial role in this nocturnal liberation. Regarded as the seat of the soul by philosopher René Descartes, and revered as the third eye in Eastern traditions, this remarkable gland produces dimethyltryptamine, DMT, often called the spirit molecule. DMT floods your system during deep sleep and dream states, facilitating consciousness transfer between dimensions. This biological mechanism enables your soul's nightly exodus from physical constraints. Dreams represent more than random neural firings or subconscious processing. They serve as windows into the journeys your soul undertakes. The vivid landscapes, the people you encounter, both familiar and strange, the emotional resonance that lingers upon waking. These experiences reflect actual interactions in alternate planes of existence. Your consciousness traverses these realms, gathering wisdom, confronting challenges, and evolving spiritually while your physical body regenerates. Ancient sleep temples in Greece, Egypt, and Mesopotamia understood this profound truth. Seekers would travel great distances to incubate sacred dreams, receiving divine guidance, healing, and prophetic visions. These temples weren't built on superstition, but on practical knowledge of consciousness mechanics. Priests and priestesses mastered techniques for guiding the soul during sleep, accessing wisdom beyond physical limitations. These practices continued for thousands of years before materialist philosophy relegated them to myth. The sensation of falling you sometimes experience while drifting to sleep, that sudden jerk awakening you with a start, marks the initial separation of soul from body. This hypnagogic jolt occurs when your consciousness begins its departure, but returns abruptly due to fear or attachment. Those who have mastered awareness during this transition describe it as the gateway to lucid dreaming, astral projection, and direct communion with higher dimensions of reality. Sleep paralysis, that terrifying state where you awaken unable to move, often sensing a presence or seeing shadowy figures, represents a consciousness caught between worlds. Your mind has returned to awareness, while your body remains in its protective paralysis. The entities sometimes perceived during these episodes aren't hallucinations, but actual beings existing in threshold realms, visible when your perception spans multiple dimensions simultaneously. Ancient traditions worldwide identified these beings as guardians, tricksters, or teachers, testing the soul's readiness for higher knowledge. The brain's activity during sleep reveals fascinating patterns supporting this understanding. During REM sleep, the visual cortex, emotional centers, and memory processing regions activate intensely, while the logical prefrontal cortex deactivates. This neurological shift creates the perfect conditions for consciousness to perceive beyond physical limitations. Your analytical mind steps aside, allowing your intuitive awareness to expand beyond three-dimensional constraints. This explains why dreams feel simultaneously real, yet unbounded by physical laws. Your soul experiences actual events through a different perceptual framework. Dreams containing deceased loved ones often carry special significance. These encounters frequently feel different from ordinary dreams, more vivid, coherent, emotionally profound. Many report receiving messages, comfort, or closure through these visitations. Rather than dismissing them as wishful thinking, consider the possibility that your liberated consciousness encounters these souls in shared spiritual dimensions. The veils between worlds thin during sleep, allowing communion impossible during waking hours. Precognitive dreams, those that reveal future events, have been documented throughout history. Abraham Lincoln dreamed of his assassination days before it occurred. The wife of Julius Caesar dreamed of his murder the night before it happened. Countless ordinary people report dreaming events before they unfold in waking life. These experiences suggest consciousness can move freely through time when released from physical constraints during sleep. Your soul, unbound by linear temporality, glimpses probable futures or accesses the Akashic records, the cosmic library containing all events past, present, and future. Children often remember their soul journeys more clearly than adults. Their consciousness hasn't yet fully identified with physical existence, allowing easier transition between realms during sleep. Many children describe vivid imaginary worlds, past life memories, or conversations with beings invisible to others. Rather than dismissing these as fantasy, ancient cultures recognized children's natural ability to perceive multidimensionally. This capacity typically diminishes around age 7 as socialization and logical development anchor consciousness more firmly to physical reality. The mysterious phenomenon of shared dreams, where two or more people report experiencing the same dreamscape, provides compelling evidence for the objective reality of these other dimensions. Research into shared dreaming reveals instances where dreamers accurately report details of another's dream environment, interactions, and events without prior knowledge. These cases suggest consciousness enters actual shared realms rather than merely generating subjective internal experiences. Sleep disorders often reflect disruptions in the soul's natural movement between dimensions. Insomnia may indicate resistance to this transition due to fear or attachment to waking consciousness. Sleep apnea, where breathing repeatedly stops and starts, correlates with difficulty maintaining the energetic connection between body and soul during sleep journeys. Narcolepsy, sudden overwhelming daytime sleepiness, may represent a soul with unusually fluid boundaries between states of consciousness, spontaneously shifting between dimensions even during waking hours. Ancient Egyptian sleep practices reveal sophisticated understanding of consciousness mechanics. Their dream incubation techniques involved specific head positioning using wooden or stone headrests, carefully designed to facilitate optimal soul travel. Hieroglyphic texts describe preparation rituals involving sacred oils applied to specific energy points, meditation focusing on the third eye, and prayers to Thoth, god of wisdom, requesting guidance during nocturnal journeys. These weren't superstitious behaviors, but practical technologies for navigating inner realms, developed through generations of empirical observation. The Tibetan tradition offers perhaps the most comprehensive framework for understanding sleep consciousness through dream yoga. Practitioners learn to maintain awareness as they transition from waking to dreaming states, recognizing the fundamental continuity of consciousness across all states of being. Advanced practitioners use sleep as a laboratory for spiritual development, transforming ordinary dreams into opportunities for enlightenment. The Tibetan Book of the Dead, Bardo Thodol, provides detailed maps of the territory's consciousness encounters during sleep and after death, recognizing these as essentially the same journey. Modern research into lucid dreaming, becoming consciously aware within dreams, provides a scientific bridge to these ancient understandings. Studies using EEG monitoring confirm lucid dreamers can communicate with researchers through predetermined eye movement patterns while maintaining dream awareness. This research demonstrates consciousness can operate independently of normal sensory input, supporting the possibility of genuine metaphysical experience during sleep. Brain scans of lucid dreamers show unique patterns combining features of both waking and dreaming states, a neurological hybrid reflecting consciousness, spanning multiple dimensions simultaneously. The pineal gland's production of melatonin and DMT follows circadian rhythms tied to light exposure, explaining why ancient traditions emphasized sleeping in complete darkness. Light pollution in modern environments disrupts these natural cycles, potentially interfering with the soul's ability to fully separate during sleep. This disruption may contribute to the spiritual disconnection many experience in contemporary life. Practices like sleeping in total darkness, avoiding artificial light before bedtime, and synchronizing sleep patterns with natural sunlight cycles can enhance your consciousness's freedom during sleep. Dreams featuring flying or floating sensations directly reflect the soul's liberation from physical constraints. These experiences often produce profound feelings of freedom, exhilaration, and remembrance, as if recalling your natural state rather than experiencing something new. The specific quality of movement in these dreams provides clues about your spiritual development. Erratic, uncontrolled flying suggests a soul early in its evolutionary journey, while graceful, intentional movement indicates greater spiritual maturity and dimensional navigation skill. Sleep paralysis, despite its terrifying reputation, offers a powerful opportunity for spiritual advancement. By remaining calm when caught between worlds, you can transform this state into a gateway for conscious astral projection. The shadowy figures often perceived during sleep paralysis represent threshold guardians testing your spiritual readiness. Approaching these entities with courage rather than fear can transform them from terrifying presences into powerful allies or teachers. Ancient shamanic traditions worldwide recognize this state as an initiation rather than a disorder. The hypnagogic state, that twilight consciousness between waking and sleeping, serves as a powerful gateway for intentional soul journeying. By maintaining awareness during this transition, you can consciously direct your soul's nocturnal explorations. Ancient mystery schools taught specific techniques for navigating this hypnagogic threshold, including visualization of symbols, mantras, or destinations for the soul to explore. Modern consciousness researchers call this wake-induced lucid dreaming, WILD, recognizing it as among the most powerful methods for conscious exploration of non-physical realms. Time behaves differently during soul travel, explaining why dreams can contain hours of experience within minutes of physical sleep. Einstein's theory of relativity proposed that time dilates under certain conditions, a principle that applies to consciousness operating beyond physical constraints. Your soul, freed from material limitations during sleep, experiences time non-linearly. This explains why prophetic dreams can glimpse future events and why dream experiences often feel timeless or eternal. Your consciousness, operating beyond space-time constraints, accesses a perspective where past, present, and future exist simultaneously. The recurring dreams that haunt some individuals often represent unresolved soul contracts or spiritual lessons requiring attention. Rather than random neural patterns, these persistent dreamscapes reflect actual metaphysical territories your soul revisits repeatedly, seeking resolution or integration. Recurring characters in dreams may represent actual entities with whom you share ongoing relationships across multiple dimensions. By approaching these dreams with conscious awareness, you can transform these encounters from repetitive patterns into opportunities for spiritual growth and karmic resolution. Dream symbols operate as a universal language of consciousness, transcending cultural boundaries. Carl Jung called these archetypes, primordial images arising from the collective unconscious. These symbols aren't arbitrary, but reflect the actual structure of metaphysical reality. Water typically represents emotional or spiritual energy. Flying signifies soul liberation. Darkness often indicates unexplored aspects of consciousness. By learning this symbolic language, you gain greater comprehension of your soul's nocturnal experiences and the wisdom they contain. The phenomenon of waking with solutions to problems unsolved before sleep provides tangible evidence of consciousness accessing higher wisdom during soul travel. Throughout history, scientists, artists, and innovators report receiving breakthrough insights through dreams. Dmitri Mendeleev conceived the periodic table of elements in a dream. Elias Howe dreamed the crucial breakthrough for the sewing machine needle. These examples suggest consciousness accesses realms of knowledge beyond waking awareness during sleep, returning with information unavailable to the limited physical mind. Dreams featuring unfamiliar yet strangely familiar locations, places you've never visited physically yet recognize intuitively, often represent actual spiritual territories your soul frequents during its evolution. These might include temples of learning, healing sanctuaries, or gathering places where souls commune between incarnations. The emotional resonance these locations evoke, feelings of homecoming, belonging, or recognition, suggests authentic memory rather than imagination. Your soul remembers what your waking mind has forgotten. The practice of keeping dream journals serves as more than psychological exercise. It strengthens the bridge between your physical awareness and soul experience. By recording dreams immediately upon waking, you reinforce neural pathways connecting these states of consciousness, gradually increasing recall and eventually enabling continuous awareness across all states of being. Ancient mystery schools required students to maintain detailed dream records, recognizing this practice as fundamental to spiritual development. The most profound insights often emerge through patterns recognized across multiple dream experiences over time. Sleep position influences the quality and direction of soul travel during sleep. Ancient traditions worldwide prescribed specific sleeping orientations aligned with electromagnetic fields. Many recommended sleeping with the head pointing north to align with Earth's magnetic field, facilitating smoother transition between dimensions. The fetal position, curled on your side, was often considered protective, keeping the soul closer to the body during initial stages of spiritual development. Sleeping on your back with limbs uncrossed was recommended for advanced practitioners seeking maximum freedom for consciousness during sleep journeys. The concept of the silver cord appears across diverse spiritual traditions, describing the energetic connection, maintaining contact between physical body and traveling soul during sleep. Ecclesiastes 12.6 refers to this phenomenon. Remember him before the silver cord is severed. Etheric vision, a form of clairvoyance, can perceive this luminous connection extending from the physical body, typically from the solar plexus or third eye center. This cord automatically retracts upon waking, drawing consciousness back to physical form. Only in death does this cord permanently sever, releasing the soul completely from material existence. Modern sleep science unwittingly confirms aspects of ancient wisdom through research into REM atonia, the natural paralysis preventing physical movement during dreaming. This paralysis serves the practical purpose of protecting the body from acting out dreams. But spiritually, it facilitates soul liberation by temporarily suspending the consciousness-body connection. Sleep disorders involving REM without atonia, where people physically act out dreams, may represent incomplete soul separation during sleep, with consciousness caught between physical and non-physical expression. Dreams featuring encounters with advanced spiritual beings, whether perceived as angels, guides, ancestors, or light beings, represent actual interactions with evolved consciousnesses inhabiting higher dimensions. These beings often provide guidance, healing, or teaching, tailored to your spiritual development. The profound sense of love, wisdom, and expanded awareness these encounters typically generate reflects contact with actual higher frequencies of consciousness. These aren't imaginary experiences, but genuine spiritual communion occurring when your soul travels beyond physical limitations during sleep. The phenomenon of waking with unexplained physical marks, sensations, or energy shifts after intense dreams suggests consciousness experiences during sleep can affect the physical body. Reports include waking with scratches after dreaming of thorny environments, feeling physically exhausted after dream exertion, or experiencing energy surges after dreaming of initiation ceremonies. These phenomena indicate the permeable boundary between physical and metaphysical experience, with soul journeys creating resonant effects in material form through the connecting silver cord. Ancient cultures worldwide practiced dream incubation, intentionally seeking spiritual guidance, healing, or prophetic insight through prepared sleep. Greek supplicants slept in temples of Asclepius to receive healing dreams. Native American vision quests involved prepared sleep in sacred locations. These traditions recognized sleep as an active technology for consciousness exploration rather than passive rest. By setting clear intention before sleep, purifying body and mind through specific preparations, and sleeping in energetically conducive environments, these traditions maximize the soul's freedom and receptivity during nocturnal journeys. The transitional moments between sleep cycles offer unique opportunities for consciousness expansion. Modern sleep science identifies 90-minute cycles alternating between REM and non-REM sleep throughout the night. The brief, semi-conscious transitions between these cycles represent natural windows when awareness can more easily bridge physical and non-physical experience. By setting intention to maintain consciousness during these transitions, you can develop greater continuity of awareness across all states of being. These natural openings explain why spiritual experiences often occur in the hours before dawn, during the final sleep cycle transitions. Dreams involving past life memories, recognizable by their unusual clarity, historical accuracy, and emotional intensity, represent actual access to your soul's broader existence beyond current incarnation. During sleep, the amnesia normally veiling past life memories temporarily lifts, allowing glimpses of your greater identity. These experiences often provide context for current life challenges, relationships, or spiritual questions. Rather than fantasy, they represent genuine remembrance facilitated by consciousness, operating beyond temporal constraints during sleep. The forbidden knowledge surrounding sleep reveals consciousness as fundamentally non-physical, using the brain as a transceiver rather than a generator of awareness. Your soul, your true identity, exists beyond material form, temporarily associated with your body for this incarnation's purposes. Sleep provides regular proof of this truth, as consciousness continues functioning coherently while detached from sensory input and normal brain function. This understanding threatens materialist paradigms, reducing consciousness to mere brain activity, explaining why these sleep secrets remain obscured despite evidence spanning thousands of years across diverse cultures. Throughout this exploration, we've unveiled profound truths about your nightly soul journeys. Your consciousness regularly escapes bodily constraints during sleep, experiencing realms beyond physical limitation. The brain's altered activity during sleep, particularly the production of DMT and shifting brainwave patterns, facilitates this transition between dimensions. Dreams represent actual experiences in non-physical realms rather than mere imagination or neural processing. The silver cord maintains connection between body and soul during these journeys, automatically retrieving consciousness upon waking. Ancient traditions worldwide developed sophisticated technologies for maximizing these nocturnal opportunities for spiritual growth. Egyptian dream incubation, Tibetan dream yoga, shamanic sleep practices, all recognized sleep as a powerful gateway for consciousness evolution. Modern research into lucid dreaming, sleep paralysis, and hypnagogic states provides scientific validation for these ancient understandings, bridging contemporary and traditional wisdom about consciousness beyond physical limitations. The practical implications of these revelations transform how you might approach sleep. Setting clear intentions before sleep can direct your soul's journeys toward specific learning, healing, or spiritual advancement. Keeping dream journals strengthens the bridge between waking and sleep consciousness, gradually building greater awareness, continuity across all states. Creating optimal sleep environments, darkness, proper orientation, minimal electromagnetic disturbance enhances your soul's freedom during nocturnal explorations. Practicing awareness during hypnagogic transitions develops your ability to maintain consciousness while traversing dimensions. Sleep disorders viewed through this spiritual lens reveal deeper significance. Insomnia may reflect resistance to soul liberation due to fear or attachment. Sleep apnea might indicate disrupted energy flow between physical and spiritual bodies. Narcolepsy could represent unusually permeable boundaries between states of consciousness. Addressing the spiritual dimensions of these conditions, rather than merely treating physical symptoms, may provide more complete healing and integration. The recurring dreams, vivid landscapes, flying sensations, encounters with deceased loved ones, and precognitive glimpses you experience during sleep take on profound meaning when recognized as authentic soul experiences rather than random neural activity. These experiences provide direct evidence of your multidimensional nature, your existence beyond physical form, and your participation in a reality far vaster than material existence alone. The wisdom, healing, and spiritual growth available through conscious engagement with these experiences remains largely untapped in modern life. The time distortion experienced during dreams, where minutes of physical sleep contain hours of experience, reflects consciousness operating beyond normal space-time constraints. This phenomenon aligns with Einstein's understanding of time relativity and suggests consciousness naturally functions in dimensions where time operates non-linearly. Your soul, freed from physical limitations during sleep, experiences multiple timelines simultaneously, explaining prophetic dreams, past life memories, and the timeless quality of profound dream experiences. The silver cord connecting physical and spiritual bodies during sleep represents the energetic tether maintaining your incarnation. This connection automatically retrieves consciousness upon waking, but temporarily allows extensive freedom during sleep. Advanced spiritual practitioners develop the ability to consciously navigate this connection, maintaining awareness during transitions between physical and non-physical experience. This practice eventually leads to the ability to maintain continuous consciousness across all states, waking, dreaming, and deep sleep, a state traditional wisdom calls enlightenment. The forbidden sleep secrets revealed throughout this exploration offer a radical reframing of human existence. You are not merely a physical being who occasionally has spiritual experiences. You are a spiritual being having a temporary physical experience with nightly reminders of your greater identity during sleep. By consciously engaging with your soul's nocturnal journeys, you reclaim awareness of your multidimensional nature and access the wisdom, healing, and spiritual evolution available beyond physical limitations. The ancient understanding that sleep serves as a gateway between worlds offers a profound opportunity for awakening to your true nature, even while appearing to sleep.